Entitled Mother says I don't need my crutches and her lovely son should have them. Little background, this happened a month ago, so this is still pretty fresh in my head. I'm a 16-year-old male, around 5'10" or 5'11", and I had made a recent trip to the doctor's office after finding out that I had an infection called cellulitis. I received crutches since it was incredibly difficult to walk. Anyway, let's get on with it. EM is entitled Mother, EK1 is entitled Kid, EK2 is entitled Kid, me is M, my brother is B, and my mom is Mom. Anyway, as I previously mentioned, I had an infection called cellulitis and I received crutches to help me walk. Anyway, my younger B, who is around 7, wanted to go to the local area/pizzeria. In this case, let's call it Mike's Pizza and Arcade. My mother, thinking it would be a good idea to go and have some fun, packs us into the car, driving to the arcade/pizzeria. Me, a person who enjoys playing old school arcade games, couldn't wait for the fun night ahead of me, but I was in for a rather eventful night. As we enter the arcade/pizzeria, I tell my mother I will be happy to pay for all the credits for the arcade, since my mother is a single mother raising 2 kids. I thought it was the least I could do. Back to the story, I take my crippled self over to the counter, my younger B following me. I put 30 bucks on his card and 15 on mine. As I hand him his card, he sprints off into the arcade, playing games like Terminator and the stupid claw machine I told him not to waste his credits on. At this point, the night was actually kind of fun and my brother had run out of credits an hour later after we ate some pizza. My brother asked my mom if we can go back to the arcade and play some more games since he still had some credits left. She says sure, and I take my little brother to the arcade. He runs out of credits while playing Terminator and asks me if he can use his card to revive himself. I say sure, but only once. He nods and swipes the card. As he continues to play, I make my way to the Namco gaming thing, which has a variety of old school arcade games. Decided to play some Galaga and everything was cupcakes and rainbows, until a EM and her 2 kids enter. I was playing Galaga, just minding my own business, my crutches leaning against the machine, when all of a sudden I see the mom and her 2 kids approach me. At first I thought they were waiting for me to die so they could play, so I really didn't think too much about it, until one of her kids take my crutches. I turn away from the game and say, "Excuse me, bud, those are mine. Can you please put them back?" The child does put them back and returns to his mother, whining about wanting my crutches. The mother whispers into his ear. I'm assuming she told him to take it again because he took them. Excuse me, miss, but could you please tell your kids to give me back my crutches? No, I won't. My kids have been behaving so well this week. I thought I would take them to the arcade and reward them with whatever they want. Her kids standing next to her, changing the crutches to their height. Me, slightly pissed off but trying to keep my cool. Lady, if you think your kids aren't have been behaving, your definition is way off. Your kids just stole my crutches and you encouraged it. At this point, I'm leaning against the machine so I don't fall. Are you saying that my kids are little thieves? And did you just call me a bad mom? She takes a step towards me. Her kids were fighting each other with my crutches. Okay, so let's make a little parenthesis here. I mean, this is super obviously a fake post. I hope it is. But I'm enjoying every second of it. But anyway, let's continue reading. I never said terrible, but yes, your kids are thieves. Now give me back my crutches. My little brother was watching from behind a machine, but I had no idea until he told me he was. I'm sorry, my kids are such angels and deserve it more than you. Besides, what do you even need crutches for? You look perfectly fine. My fault. She cuts me off, talking about how her kids need the crutches, how they have been good and shit. At this point, I snap at her. Listen here, you little defective shit. Give me back my fucking crutches, you fat bitch, and take your shitty demon children with you. Cussing at her probably wasn't the best option since my brother and mother had just arrived. My mother is staring at me in shock since I hardly ever cuss. My little brother was too busy telling my mom that the lady kids had taken my crutches. Now, my mother was filled with anger from me cussing and that these ladies' kids had stolen my crutches. My mother walks toward her children, snatching the crutches out of their hands, her kids crying. My mother hands me back my crutches. I change it back to my height and we proceed to leave. Then, all of a sudden, this crazy ass bitch yanks one of my crutches and I fall to the floor in pain. My mother is now tooth and tails with this lady, trying to get back my crutch, and 2 employees pull them apart asking what happened. I explained the whole situation to them and I was given back my crutches. The lady was kicked out for harassment. My mother later lectured me on my vocabulary that I had used and grounded me for 2 weeks, but hey, I got my crutches back. Anyway, this is my story. Paintball Chronicles. Why would you play the game how it's meant to be played? That's the name of this thread, let's check it out. Little bit of exposition. I work for a local paintball and airsoft field as a referee and at their sale/rental booth. We have a couple events every weekend. Sunday are always a lot of fun. We host walks on and the people who come are usually experienced, polite and sportsman-like. But on Saturdays, the fucking birthday parties. Some of them are okay, mostly because kids just hide behind a wall for the whole game. Most times, however, it's absolutely miserable. I have a few stories like this, but here is one of them. This happened a few years ago. EP is entitled parent, K is EP's kid, 11 at the time, and F is friend, one of my coworkers. K forgets to put his barrel cover on when he enters the rest area. I run up to him, grab his marker, paintball gun, and place the plastic sock over the muzzle as I was trained to do. Hey, you gotta put this on when you come into this area, buddy. Oh, okay, I understand, I'm sorry. No worries, bro, it's just a safety thing. Are you having a good time? I didn't want him to be upset, so I wanted to be friendly. Yeah, it's so much fun. EP was watching this exchange from a distance. The kid walks back to them and she sternly said something to him. She gave me a really dirty glance, and I mean dirty. Then she turned back around like it never happened. Shortly afterwards, we were having a kid versus parents game. I decided to join the kids team to even the playing field. I ended up in a small bunker with K. He hit EP twice in the thigh. I laughed and gave him a high five. EP talking to me. Oh jeez, why would you do that? That's not fair at all. You're like a fucking pro and I never did this before. Learn some respect. Respectfully, this is how the game is played and you didn't know what you signed up for. Besides, it wasn't me who got you, it was kid's name over here. Please calm down. Don't lie to me, this might be my first time, but I know more about it than you do. Mom, it was me. Please stop yelling, it's just a game. I'm sorry I hurt you. EP to kid. Oh my god, now you're all buddy-buddy with this jerk? At this point, EP took her mask off. I blew my whistle immediately and yelled, ceasefire! F to me. Hey, what's wrong? Yeah, she took her mask off. I had to stop the game. F to entitled parent. Ma'am, you can't take your mask off mid-game. Please follow me to the rest area. Entitled parent to F. Don't tell me what to do. What are you gonna do? Shoot me again? Yeah, right, just leave me alone. EP put her mask back on and went back behind the tree. I guess she expected us to resume play and pretend she never got hit, or more importantly, never took her mask off. Also, the other kids and parents were starting to walk up to where the refs were. So there was quite a scene. I told everyone else to head back to the rest area and we will begin the next game shortly. F. Ma'am, I will get fired if I resume play right now. You have already taken your mask off and it's my job to take you back to the rest area. You will be able to join back in the next game. What difference does it make? Can you please just leave me alone now? Actually, no, I can't. I also really don't want to curse you out and force you down the rest area in front of all your friends and your kids. Unless you want to be removed from the property and your son to come with you, I suggest you follow me. Shut the hell up, I'm not scared of your bullshit, just go away and keep playing the game like jerks. Another parent comes up to console EP, asking us what happened. We told him exactly what just went down, but she disagreed. They both shot me after I fell down, my mask fell off and they almost hit my eye. The other parent seemed to be able to tell that she was lying as he gave me a look that seemed to say, sorry, she's an absolute moron, and started to walk back down with the others. EP officially lost it. She was mad. She raised her marker and shot my friend 4 times, once in the groin and 3 times in the stomach. I grabbed her marker and ripped it out of her hands. Ow! Why do you keep hurting me, you fucking asshole? I paid for all of this. Quit being a dickhead and start playing fair. You just shot him for no reason other than you being a total piece of shit. Get out now before we have to call the police. My friend was now on the phone with the manager. Super cool manager basically told us that we should do whatever necessary to remove her from the field because she was a safety issue. That basically meant we could be physical and not get fired. Frank hangs up and turns back to EP. I am giving you one last chance to act like a fucking adult before I start treating you like the bitch you are. How dare you? I give you my business and this is how you treat me, asshole? Funnily enough, she didn't pay for shit. The birthday boy parents covered the price for everyone. Have it your way then, dickhead. My friend attempts to hold her arms behind her back and escorts her back down the hill. She broke free and started trying to hit him. He responded by gently but firmly pushing her away, and she slid about 6 feet down the hill. First you shoot me, then you cut my hand, and now you fucking ruined my expensive jeans? All of this could have been avoided if you acted like a damn adult. I am the fucking mature one here. Get off your high horse, asshole. I'm suing you all. Note that we weren't actually being super physical. We very much so could have been. But we took her threats of suing fairly seriously. She was really crying at this point. I don't think she realized that she had nowhere else to go but down the hill because we had to stop the game. She kept trying to break free and run back up. We eventually got her back down the rest area. She had a nice long talk with the manager, who later told us he was trying not to laugh. He gave her a $20 off coupon just to shut her up. Little did she know it was expired. I felt bad for the kid, so I gave him a code for some free stuff from our website. In the end, me, my friend, and the manager had a good laugh over the whole thing. We did have to file an official report stating what happened so that just in case she did sue us, we had official records of the event. We actually found her Twitter, and she said that we caused irreparable trauma and that she will be taking immediate legal action. We never heard from anyone representing her. We did, however, get an email from the birthday boy's father, who said she tends to be overdramatic and stubborn, and that he apologizes for what she did. So last week, Cave came back to the field for an airsoft event and recognized me. He asked me if I've ever posted the story anywhere, and I said no. He told me to put it on our Entitled Parents, so here I am. Thanks for reading. Okay, thanks a lot for this wonderful story. It was amazing. So I don't know if there is a subreddit about entitled parents or bad customers or something like that, but that would be pretty funny. And also, guys and girls listening, have you ever had, like, if you work, I don't know, in retail, that's the name, right? Or Walmart or McDonald's or something. Have you ever had, like, these kind of customers that are, like, I don't know how to call them, well, super entitled? That will be the correct term, right? Or something like that. Have you ever had to deal with this kind of stuff? Please let me know. I would like to hear your stories and all that. Hello, guys and girls. Yeah, I know. It's weird because I am usually at the very beginning of the videos, but I decided to put this at the end to see if, like, I don't know, to change things up. But anyway, if you are still here, thank you. You are super loyal. Bye.